Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial I'll be teaching you guys how to make these beautiful pants with side pockets and a zipper fly. This is really easy to make. I already went ahead to draft out my pattern, which is in the last tutorial I just posted on my channel. If you haven't seen that, you should go and look it up. So this tutorial is basically going to be on cutting and stitching. Now without further ado, let's get right into it. And yes, do not forget to hit on that subscribe button, to turn on your post notification, to like, to comment if this was really helpful, and any questions you have you can also tell me in the next tutorial you would like to see on my channel. Okay, now guys, let's just get into it. I have my pattern here and I have the fabric I'll be using for this tutorial. This is a crepe fabric. It's not thick, it's a little light, and it's kind of stretchy, as you can see. So this is what I'll be using for this tutorial. And yeah, this is about 2 yards I have here. So using the pattern I already drafted, if you've seen my previous video, I'm just going to use a pattern paper to cut my fabric. The front pattern is going to be 2, back is 2, and my pocket, my zipper fly, and all of that. So after cutting this out, I have my back piece. Don't forget, this is 2 and this is my front piece. I'm just marking the wrong side because the front and the back seem similar. This is my pocket facing, and I make sure to cut 2 pieces of that. My pocket bag, I make sure to cut 2 pieces of that. I have my zipper fly, and the zipper fly, make sure you cut it on fold. Make sure that while cutting out your pocket bag and your pocket facing, that you add about 1/2 inch to the sides of your pattern paper. And this is the zipper fly, which I cut on fold, as you can see there. Now on the front pattern, make sure to cut out that part where your pocket is going to stay, because I didn't cut this out on my pattern paper because I want to make different pants, even the one that doesn't have pockets. So because this is going to have pockets, that part where the pocket bag is supposed to stay, I'm just going to put my pockets facing pattern paper, and I'm just going to cut out where my pocket bag is going to be. Yeah, and that's just what I did there. Coming to the back piece, what I'm going to do is to stitch down this part of the crotch by 1/2 inch, and then on the front part we're also going to use 1/2 inch to stitch down this part of the crotch, and also stitch down the zipper fly, but using a loose stitch because we are still going to lose this to attach our zip. After doing that, this is what the front part of my pant pattern looks like after stitching that down. And also do not forget to sew in your dart, yes, because you have it there on the pattern. So make sure you notch your darts while cutting out your fabric with your pattern. And this is what my back piece looks like, and I also went ahead to stitch down the darts too. Now let's concentrate on the front pattern. The next thing we are going to be doing is to insert our pocket facing first. So this is my pocket facing here. I have 2 pieces of these, and as you can see, I marked the wrong side because I don't want to make any mistake when I'm attaching this, so it doesn't look funny or out of place. So bringing out my front pattern facing the right sides, I'm going to place my pocket facing on my pants, right sides facing each other, just like I'm doing here. And I'm just going to first of all pin that down just so it doesn't move out. And then the next thing I'll do is to go to my machine and stitch down this part by 1/2 inch, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of my pocket facing. So after stitching down the pocket facing to my front piece by the sides, this is what I have, and this is what yours should look like. I'm just folding that in so you will see what it looks like when you fold it in. So just to put the pocket facing in place so it doesn't just move around anyhow, I like to use my paper gum. So if you have this hemming gum or paper gum, you just put it in between this part of the front pattern and the pocket facing. I just put it in between, just like you see me doing there. And I'm going to close that up and iron it out. I'll do the same thing for both sides of my pocket facing. After ironing it out, this is what I have, and as you can see, it has stuck to my front pattern and it just stays in place, and this is going to help your work to look very neat. I'm just going to turn that over to the front and show you guys what it looks like from the front. As you can see, my pocket facing is just sitting pretty. Now the next thing we are going to do now is attach our pocket bag. I have my pocket bag here, and do not forget you need 2 pieces of that. I'll place one of my pocket bags on my pocket facing just like that, and I'll just make sure that that's the part it's actually meant to be, because this can be a little tricky. So just make sure that that's the part where it's meant to be. Align it together, and then you're going to stitch down the pocket facing and the pocket bag by the edges, just like I'm going to use my hand to describe here, using 1/2 inch. And you're just going to do exactly the same thing to the other side of your pocket. After stitching the pocket bag to the pocket facing, this is what I have, showing from the front part of my trouser, and turning to the back, this is what I have. Now this part of the pocket bag and the pocket facing that is still open, you're going to go to your machine and just stitch that down on this side and also on the other side of your pocket. Now after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to use this interfacing. It's a hard interfacing, and I'm going to iron them on both sides of my zip fly or my zipper fly. Okay, this part I'm showing you guys now, and I'll iron it and show you. After doing that, this is what I have, and you can see the parts where I ironed the interfacing to. Now the female zipper fly usually opens from the right side, so what I'm going to do here, I'll just turn it to the back, and I'm going to sew my zip on the right side of my zipper fly. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So just stitch it down on the right side of your zipper fly, just like I'm going to be describing here. Now that's my right side, and I'm just going to place my zip in like that, just the way you see me doing, and then I'm going to stitch that down all the way. Sorry, I'm using a long zip. If you have a shorter zip, it would be preferable. This is because this is what I had, so I had to use it. I'm done stitching down my zipper to the right side of my zipper fly. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to stitch down the remaining part of my zipper to the other side of my zipper fly. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just watch what I'm describing in the video. So just the same way I stitched down my zipper to the right side of my zipper fly, I'm going to stitch it down to the left side of my zipper fly like this. I'm done doing that, and I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like. So this is what I have. My zipper has been attached. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to get my chalk, and I'm going to make a zipper fly design on the right side of my pant. Do not forget that this is supposed to be on the right side. Okay, so after making that design, I'll go ahead and stop stitch that on my machine and show you guys what it looks like. After top stitching, this is what I have, and this is what yours should look like. It's giving that zipper fly effect. And the next thing I'll do is to open up this part, and make sure to stop at the length of your zipper fly. Now after opening that part, the next thing you're going to do is to get your zipper fly shield. Now what you're going to do is to place your zipper fly shield on the left side of your zipper fly, or the left side of your pants, just like that, and make sure that the folded part of the zipper fly is facing the outer part, and the part that is open is facing the inside where you're going to stitch down. Now you go to your machine and stitch down this part. I'm done stitching that down, and I'll just open that up, and this is what I have here. As you can see, our zipper fly shield is in place, and this is what yours should look like. I think I'm going to upload a video after this, majorly on just how to sew a zipper fly. Now I'm just going to bring my back pant and my front pant together, and I'm going to place them right sides facing each other, and I'll go down to my machine, and I'm going to stitch down the sides by about 1 inch. The inside parts of the pant, I'm going to stitch them down using 1/2 inch, and I'll bring it back and show you guys what it looks like. After stitching down all the sides of my pant, this is what I have, and this is how beautiful my pant is already looking. Now the next thing we'll do is to open up that zip and take the measurement of what we have on our waist. Taking the measurement of my waist, I have about 36 inches. For the height of my band, I have 2 inches unfold, and if I open that up, I have about 4 inches. I already went ahead to iron in my soft interfacing to my band, And then for the length of the band, I used the total waist measurement I had, and I added some inches just so I don't run short. Next thing you'll be doing is to attach your band to the waist of your pants. So I'll go ahead and do that. Here I'll be using a stitch in the ditch method, and I'll attach it right sides facing each other first, just like this, and I'm going to stitch it down all the way around. So after stitching it down, this is what I had. I forgot to mention about this extension here. I have about 3 inches here, so do not forget to add some inches for this on your band while you are cutting it out, okay? Now for the remaining part of my band which I've not sewn, I'm going to fold it by half an inch and iron it down. After ironing down the other side of my band which I've not sewn, this is what I have. So I have a knit work. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to put it in between the first stitch, and I'm going to go down to my machine and stop stitch, and I'm going to show you guys how I'll do that. So this is basically how I do the stitch in the ditch method. The other part of my band that I folded by half of an inch, what I just did is to make sure that it is in between this line I'm going to be stitching down on. After doing that, this is what I have, and as you can see from the front, my band looks totally seamless. So we are done with that, and the next thing I'll just do is to fix in my hook. After fixing my hook, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and try that on. Now this is how beautiful my pants came out, and I will be so glad if yours came out like this too. Just make sure to follow the instructions properly. I hope this video was really helpful. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel at this point, please go ahead and hit on that subscribe button, to turn on your post notifications, to like, to share to family and friends who you think would need this. And I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.